This morning on stream, I finally beat Kingdom Hearts 2. And while it is widely regarded as a classic and a lot of people's favorite childhood game, a favorite childhood RPG, I very much beg to differ. So it is time for a Kingdom Hearts 2 review. Kingdom Hearts 2, I feel like, is a great game if you've already played it or you have tons and tons and tons of hours in it. If you played through it a billion times and you understand on a very deep level where to get where to get all the items, where to get all the keyblades, where to get all the busted abilities, where to get everything. If you have a deep understanding of all the game's mechanics, how to level all them up, all the forms, all the intricacies of the game, if you have already played the game and you are looking at it through a lens of somebody who has played the game a billion times and has a deep understanding of everything, I understand that you're probably going to have a much better time with this game, and that's probably how everybody is viewing it. But as somebody who is new to the franchise and just started playing this game and just played through it for the first time, who has a minimalistic view of everything, has a minimalistic understanding of where to find stuff, where to get all the abilities, how to level up your different limit forms and all that type of shit. It's a very different game. And I feel like this game is very unforgiving and very hard to kind of get into as a new player. I was very much enjoying this game for a very long time, up until I started fighting Organization 13. And then once I started getting to the end game and I started fighting Organization 13 and I started fighting that fucking boss rush at the end of the game, it really opened my eyes to how deep and intricate some of these fights can be and how deep and intricate some of these combat systems are and how you actually level them up and how you actually grow your character and grow Sora as a RPG. Like all the RPG mechanics are very hidden. They're not really given to you. Like it's very kind of misunderstood by, or I should say it can be very easy to misunderstand as a new player all everything that you can really do in this game. Like for example, some of those fights, especially late in the game, the only form that you're really given is your limit form, okay? And to level that up, you have to do specific things, but you're not actually given your limit form until fairly end in the game. Once you meet Cloud, that's when you unlock it, and that's towards the end of the game. So you have to then get through most of the game to unlock it, and then you have to do things to then level up your limit form just to unlock certain basic things for your normal form, including a dodge roll. Yes, a dodge roll is something that is actually hidden behind a mechanic that you unlock like two-thirds through the game, and then you have to level it up like during that last one-third of the game. Then you can finally get any kind of defensive mechanic like a dodge roll. Where in most games, something like a roll is just kind of handed to the player and is very just a common thing. Zelda, Dark Souls, all kinds of just regular ass adventure games, like every game, just that's just a basic mechanic. But in this game, it's hidden, it's very earned. You have to find it, unlock it, grind for it, and it's just a basic mechanic. So I played through all of this game, including the fights fighting Organization 13 with so little abilities, little access to different moves, and because I didn't understand how unlocking and leveling up all your different forms were and what actually happens when you do that. And I just feel like this game does not do a good job introducing its new game mechanics to the player. And I feel like that definitely hindered my experience with the game because all those fights were extremely hard because I had such a very limited arsenal because I didn't know that I could have all these things. I didn't know all these things could be earned. I didn't know all these things I was missing out on. I had no idea because as a new player, these things are really shown to you, but you kind of need them. And like I kind like you kind of need them, especially because those last couple fights they're fucking ridiculous. Those Organization 13 fights are insane. They have super armor, invincibility phases. Their longest fuck insane amount of health bars. They have insane cheese that like if you do not have certain defensive mechanics to like actually implement against them, you're just getting absolutely melted. And I just feel like this game doesn't give you a good opportunity to learn, understand, or grow your characters so then you can actually have a proper chance at fighting them. And I also just feel like most of the time people just kind of sweep that under the rug because this game is so old, and by now everybody understands. The whole community knows this game. They played it, they've been a billion times. But as a new player, those things were not just kind of given to you, and I feel like that definitely hindered my enjoyment of the game. Now, I will say this game is much better than the first game. It is way better than the first game. Mechanics are better. Direction is better, easier to navigate. Journals way better. I was really, really giving this game like a 9 out of 10 until I got to Organization 13, and then like my third eye opened and I just see a whole. I just looked at this game through a whole new lens. Still way better than the first game. I enjoyed it for the most part. I definitely feel like this would be a much, much, much better game the second time around, the third time around, so on and so forth, as you get better at the game and learn the mechanics. And now I know I gotta grind these fucking forms. Now I gotta know I gotta find these different items and abilities, all that stuff. Now I know, and I can learn from my mistakes and have a much better time playing through it the second time. I would give Kingdom Hearts 2 a 6 to a 7 out of 10. Yeah, pretty good game. Much better than the first game. I don't think this game is bad. I don't think this game is incredible. I don't think it's a masterpiece whatsoever, but it's still a pretty good game. I enjoyed my time with it for the most part. And yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, pretty good.